Okay, so we need to complete the city tour.
Yes.
Left-hand side now, St. Isaac's Cathedral and Legislature of St. Petersburg. Mariinsky Astoria Hotel is the granite building on the left now. One of them is Grand Hotel Europe, another one is Astoria. And in St. Petersburg they say that the difference between the people who stay in Astoria and yes, Stroganov Steakhouse. There are two places called Stroganov people. And one of the accounts liked very much to invite a lot of guests for the dinners. Sometimes, you know, coming after another party, sometimes coming up to the theater, to his palace. So once, the story tells, once, you know, he didn't tell views maybe in the whole world. I would like to remind you, Alexander's. Слушай, они там стоят. Не надо, стрелка лучше. Alexander's column in the center. One piece of granite, 600 tons, and the building of the Winter Palace, which we visited, you remember, as the part of the Hermitage Museum, right? So beautiful interiors, wonderful collections of the Hermitage. And to your normals and monsters and spirit, and offer the shot of vodka and the pie to all the visitors, right? So the next yellow facade with a classical portico and the unique columns, this is the building of Academy of Sciences of Russian Federation. Now that's just one of the branches of Academy of Sciences. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to make a photo stop on the, as soon as we cross the river. We are going to let you take pictures for some 15 minutes. Because this is maybe the most beautiful view all around St. Petersburg and the best possible place to take pictures. So this lady you can see ahead is Volga. And on the opposite side of this column, there is the man called Dnieper. This is the main river of Ukraine now, right? Yes, you go to Kiev, so you're going to see some of them. Everybody going to Kiev, so you're going to see Dnieper River. Why these four? You know, Russia has a lot of rivers and some of them are longer and wider than these four. But these four rivers, they make the waterway from the Baltic Sea to the Black Sea. And it was a very important trading way in old times, and the Slavic tribes called it the way from the Vikings to the Greeks. Right? So the way to from the Vikings to the Greeks. And you can take pictures of all these beautiful buildings. Two adjacent buildings to the stock exchange. These are former warehouses. Now one of them is Zoology Museum. Another one is Soil Biology Museum. Behind us, across the river, there are the facades of the buildings of the...
From St. Petersburg, greeting.
All right.
Chronology of the Russian czars. You can ask me the questions. I will tell you. Wanted to buy different things, and you had a chance to do that already in different places, in the square, proper souvenir places. which will be there if we are the first ones or the second ones, but generally it usually takes about half an hour, and then we'll proceed, we'll see some more sites in St. Petersburg, make another photo stop, and have the shopping and restroom comfort stop. Okay? So, Peter and Paul Fortress is the birthplace of this. The traditional way. It was really not acceptable for the Russian people. Look at these angels decorating this ceiling. For Russian people, they look not like angels, like almost cupids, pagan cupids, right? So Russian angels never look like that. So the walls of the church and the columns, they are decorated with stucco. This was never natural marble. This was always a stucco, artificial marble, imitated. Was not complete when he died, but he wanted to be here. And the church called him a great sinner. He was a sinner during his life, but he continued to be a sinner after his death. His body was not committed to the ground for almost 2 years. His body was in the walls, in a special chapel, kind of inside a sarcophagus, and only when the cathedral was finished, he was buried right here. I should say that these are not sarcophaguses. The bodies are not inside. These are proper gravestones. This is just a gravestone. The bodies are about 2 meters underneath the floor, under the floor, according to the Russian Orthodox tradition. So all the gravestones are the same design. You can see this white marble with gilded bronze crosses, double-headed eagles on all the street. Alexander II is known as Tsar Liberator, abolished serfdom, and Tsar the Martyrs. Recently I heard that the governor, gave some territory, and now they are going to build a much larger landscape zoo. So next to it, on your left-hand side, there is the favorite place for the small boys and big boys in St. Petersburg. So very good collection.
What is that?
Cover. To the right-hand side, you can see in Duchess inside, but the cathedral, is quite limited space. The restoration, you can see a lot of restoration in general is going on around, because this cathedral and the fortress was not in a very good shape for years, and now they finally decided to do everything in a nice way. Behind the trees to your left, try to see the blue dome and 2 minarets.
所以你会讲中文啊？
他中文讲得好得很，
讲得好得很啊，
好得很。你学了几年了？学了几年？
啊？
学了几年
？6个月。
哎呀，了不起了不起，6个月，哎呀，真厉害。6个月。
你怎么样？
你好。
你怎么样？
好得很啊，你好。
我从白俄罗斯来。
从白俄罗斯来的。OK， 你叫什么名？
Rossia。
对，叫什么名？叫什么名字？
中国名字。
中国名字。
有中国名吗？
彭丽莎。
彭丽莎。
彭丽莎。彭丽莎。Great。
因为我的俄罗斯名字Katyusha。
Katyusha。
俄罗斯名叫什么？对。
Katyusha是他的中文
名字。
Catherine。
Yeah, Katya is Catherine.
Oh, Katya 叫的
Catherine the Great.
Wonderful.
Yes, because even from the basement you can see Siberia. Yes, so this is that important cannon which gave a blank shot, the signal to October uprising. Now it still belongs to Baltic Fleet. It's ship number 1, but it never moves. It's here eternally on the eternal stay. It's a kind of a small museum you can see. So, and you can Just looks like your ship. Natasha says it looks very much like your motor ship you're going to take tonight. Grand Circle ship. So, starting storming winter, you know, different places, different important sites of St. Petersburg, of Petrograd, that's how the city was called then. Okay, so we are, ladies and gentlemen, in this part of the city, which is called Petrogradsky side. Petrograd in the Union Jack, in the British flag, right? So this St. Andrew Peter chose as the symbol of Navy, of Russian Navy. And white cross. Okay, called it St. Petersburg Sahara Desert. But then they planted those lilacs here and grass, and it became the place for political meetings and demonstrations. And you know, many people were killed here in street clashes during the revolution. That's why there is the eternal flame in the center of the square. In a moment you will see it to the right hand side, and that's also a great view of the Savior on the spilled blood. Eternal flame is up behind this police car. And another garden is now to your left. This is the Summer Gardens, the first garden of St. Petersburg, the first summer residence of Peter the Great in the city. Originally was decorated with many fountains, many marble statues. So we stopped by the spilled blood the first day, and we are going to be very close to this car bus, somewhere on this square. So we'll try to do it closer to Nevsky Prospect. If you walk directly straight over there to the embankment.
Hello, Tom. How are you doing?
Right. Armenia Church.
Hey,
From Russia
okay.
with love.
Great.
Let me find my love. Let me find my Russia love.
Okay. Russia with love.
Russia with love. Okay, let me find my Russia love first.